Hey, me again. So I've been feeling a little bit under the weather lately, so I decided to go to the doctor, and according to this piece of paper, I've just been diagnosed with Nacht-itis, which apparently means I hate games that I can finish and have a fear of windows.
In November 2008, at the ripe age of 12, I was gifted the child-friendly game of Call of Duty World at War. Who the f*** thought this was a good game to give to a kid? On that fateful morning, I switched on my George Foreman grill, waited 10 seconds for my CRT TV to warm up, and jumped into what I like to call my coming of age event.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
After playing through a series of gripping but frankly horrifying levels for my adolescent mind, and the source of many a childhood nightmare, I reigned victorious over Berlin and raised a flag for victory. I sat back as the credits rolled, proud of my accomplishment. And then that video played. National Socialist Zombies was about to change my life. Suddenly, you're dropped into a dreary, deserted airfield bunker in the middle of the night, and then that demonic laugh causes your heart to skip a beat.
Yeah, this I'm out. What the am I doing? What is this?
Then you see them. Zombies suddenly walking towards your base as you desperately start trying to defend yourself against the undead. Now let's be honest here. Everyone survived the first 3 rounds at least. That was easy. But when you started getting runners and your Car 98K was beginning to falter, I highly doubt anyone actually made it past round 5 on their first ever game of Nacht back in the day. But that didn't matter because this mode was multiplayer, and that is where it really began to shine. Jumping into a game with 3 randoms with that iconic PS3 mic quality was where the real game began. And let me just preface that, after 12 years I still hold this opinion to the highest regard. If you open the stairs first, you are undoubtedly missing half a brain. Why? Why would you pick the stairs to literally nothing when you can pick the other door and get the mystery box? A literal RNG machine where you can get any gun in the game. And you went the way to get grenades? Grenades! So once you finally got into a game where someone opened the help door first, you were greeted to that small bastion of hope. The box is not only a cornerstone of zombies, it is literally the only thing that connects every single map. This beautiful wooden container with its creepy jingle can be the one thing that makes or breaks your evening. And if you were really lucky, you would get the ray gun. And everyone knows what that means. Having the ray gun in Nacht was a game changer. Suddenly zombies are merely an inconvenience to your magically armed player as you blow the legs off of every undead soldier that dares approach you, unless they get too close, in which case you're gonna kill yourself. Now we come to my strongest memories of Nacht. Friendships were made and broken as you all fought in the only viable strategy back in the day.
Camping. Yep, that's right. Before trading became the gameplay method of choice for the average zombies player, everyone was sitting by those grenades by that staircase and holding out against the zombie hordes.
4 players, armed to the teeth with MG42s, Browning machine guns, ray guns and flamethrowers, were able to get up to huge rounds like round 20. Because as we all know now, camping isn't actually a very effective strategy. But that didn't matter back then. We would camp to round 20 down, jump right back into a game and do it all over again. And of course, everyone knows Nacht is the best map because of this great use of points. This must be good. Oh, what the f***?
No one played this one, so we're gonna move on.
Okay, I know I'm being fictitious, but on a serious note, this was easily the least played zombies map on World at War. Now, maybe it was because you were split from your teammates at the start, or because of how scary the map was, but we all know it was really because this map was hard, like really hard. The zombies on this map are the fastest we have ever had, able to chase you down and keep hitting you even when you're in a sprint. To counter this new increase in the difficulty, Treyarch introduced perks, and it was here we really started to see some of that classic zombie zaniness that will, for better or for worse, become ever more prevalent in the maps to come. 1940s-esque jingles play, giving the player a light-hearted, almost humorous break in an overall atmosphere of darkness and despair. It is here you really start to see the developer's passion for the game mode begin to flourish. But before these upgrades can even work, you have to turn on the power. A journey through the map will allow you to reunite with your teammates and open up the map fully. This allows us to utilize the next innovation the map brought, the traps. Electricity flows from the ceiling, killing all zombies regardless of the round you are on. With these three innovations, Verrückt straight out of the bat has introduced more staples to the series than any other map ever will. Perks like Juggernog, Speed Cola, Double Tap and Quick Revive, even though this is basically useless in World at War, not only help the overall gameplay flow and high round attempts, but they have gone down in history as the most iconic perks to use to this day. Fuck you Black Ops 4, why you gotta kill them like that? Now, I know I said Nacht was scary, but this map took it to the next level. Crying women, blood-curdling surgery noises, and an overall feeling of fear and despair, this was zombies at its scariest. And when you combine this with the Usain Bolt zombies, you find yourself with a player base that understandably didn't want to play the map. And that was a real shame. I remember logging on to play zombies back when Modern Warfare 2 was out, and you would find a healthy player base in every map except this one, where getting a full 4 players was a true luxury. But the map did have one redeeming factor, and that was having a gun locked behind a useless door and an attachment you literally cannot use. GG Treyarch, GG. Before we get into the map, I want to preface that this is truly where zombies gain a real personality. The trailer for this map is simply legendary, introducing us to our iconic OG crew members as they banter and kill hundreds of zombies against a backdrop of heavy metal. Everyone who watched this was hyped, and it was the talk of the schoolyard back in the day. And talking of iconic, what can be more memorable than the flogger? To many people, this might actually be the only thing they remember from this map at all. It was truly the first trap that I would call useful. Yeah, we had the electric traps on Verrückt, but they were in areas that were difficult to play in. The flogger on the other hand was surrounded by this nice large area of swamp, and becomes a useful part of the overall gameplay. Shi No Numa was the first map to venture outside of the European theatre, this time taking place in an abandoned Japanese research facility built next to a mysterious crashed meteor, which we will come to learn is the source of all these zombified beings infesting the planet. This map, while not held to as high regard as the Riese or Nacht, still offered a fun playground that wasn't too difficult to survive on. Dogs make their first appearance, becoming an on and off staple for the next 10 years of games, although they were an actual threat in this game and not the pathetic inconveniences that they would become by Black Ops 3. We also had random perks. This feature thankfully did not return after this map. Shi No Numa was also the first map where training became a legitimate strategy, and not only that, but combined with the Wunderwaffe, a weapon I'll discuss more of later, training became the way that allowed players to somewhat easily reach round 100 without utilising any glitches. And just this year, a player has actually beaten more than 10,000 rounds using this exact strategy. Now, the Wunderwaffe DG2. Our second ever wonder weapon in Call of Duty Zombies. This is an odd one here because frankly it just doesn't belong on this map. On Der Riese, this weapon fits like a glove and even has lore that links it to that exact map, but in an old swampy Pacific Island base it seems a bit forced. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a last minute inclusion to add some spice to an otherwise not too innovative map.
To conclude on Shi No Numa, look, it was a great map back in the day, but in hindsight, it's just simply forgettable.
If you were to ask me for any memories from 2009, I would be hard pressed to find anything other than playing the hell out of Der Riese. This map was so good, it spawned a true music prodigy.
We running this. Let's go. I'm on Der Riese. I'm on Der Riese. Everybody look at me cause I'm pissing on a zombie. I'm on Der Riese. I'm on Der Riese. Take a good hard look at the motherfucking map.
Well, here we are, the map I'm sure most of you hold to the highest regard in World at War. Treyarch's original magnum opus, if you will, the first true modern zombies map. Perks, traps, fast map travel, monkey bombs, wonder weapons, training and camping spots, and most importantly, the key ingredient that makes a modern zombies map, the Pack-a-Punch. A machine that will make your weapons so powerful that your guns look like they came fresh out of a Pimp My Ride set. Der Riese had it all, including the best feature of them all, the catwalk. I know I harped on about my memories of camping on that, but those are nothing compared to the catwalk. I am not joking when I say I must have played over 200 hours sat up here. With 3 friends by your side, you were unstoppable, watching the rounds stack up as you all progressively pack-a-punched and bought perks, becoming 115 infused monsters, destroying every being that dared walk up those stairs, while you all slowly began to run out of ammo and knew the end was near, and then you jumped back in to do it all over again. But Der Riese wasn't all about the catwalk. It also had the first ever real Easter egg in zombies, the fly trap. A fast game of hide and seek with the demonic Samantha, who, through a series of radios throughout the map, we come to learn is a little girl who is now in control of the zombie hordes. This was the beginning of a storyline that would eventually become too convoluted for its own good. But as it was in World at War, it gave us just enough to paint this interesting drama in our heads. Joint access experiments between Germany and Japan gone wrong, it was simple yet distinct enough to pull us in and leave us asking for more, which was good because zombies sold so well in World at War that it was now a cornerstone of a Treyarch Call of Duty game, eventually being included in over 6 different games. And then there is the music. It was the part of the game that left the biggest lasting impression on me to this day. It was what made me fall in love with music. Before this game, I really didn't care all that much about it, I just liked whatever was on the radio. But this game introduced me to metal, and from there I found and grew to love so many different and diverse genres. Kevin Sherwood and Alina Siegman provide 3 amazing heavy songs that can be activated in all 3 of the DLC maps. When these songs were activated in game, it was like a power-up had been activated for all players. Suddenly everyone played faster and smarter while we all headbanged along to some pounding guitar riffs.
I guarantee, if I look back far enough, I can trace my love for bass guitar directly back to these songs. I'm not being serious with that riff, I swear.
In conclusion, World at War Zombies was the beginning of something greater. It laid the foundation for Treyarch to build a game mode that would grow to become so well loved that to this day, after 3 separate endings, Many fans still aren't ready to actually say goodbye to this story, and with Black Ops Cold War just around the corner to hopefully bring us some more stellar content, I just hope Treyarch can look back on what made the original Zombies games so great.
So, should you play Call of Duty World at War in 2020? Fuck no!
Look, this video was nostalgic and all, but I left out some very glaring issues. For one, the game is glitchy as all hell. You legitimately stick onto zombies as if they're leaking superglue, leading to some of the most annoying downs possible. This game is also volatile to solo players, giving you absolutely no second chances because Quick Revive doesn't even do anything in solo. And the best wonder weapon in the game, the Wunderwaffe DG2, it's broken. If you ever hit yourself with it, which you will, it removes your jug. But does it tell you that? Of course not, instead you find out the hard way after going down after a measly 2 hits. To be frank, the maps are great, but the game engine is not. I cannot recommend it when Black Ops has all the maps plus more with a much smoother engine. But why stop there? You can have the ultimate zombies experience in Black Ops 3, with what many, including myself, would consider the best zombies engine so far. Also, please wait till the sale to buy any of these games.
How is £20 a good deal in 2020, Activision? This game came out 11 years ago. Your main target audience weren't even born when this came out. Hey, me again. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave it a like. I'm going to be doing more long-form, retrospective type videos like this from now on. Probably on a weekly basis, hopefully. Playing games from my childhood up to recent days that I feel imprinted like a memory on me, and I want to speak about them. So if you'd like to see more of that, then please hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next one.